Yeah, good day guys, it's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Tuesday, 23rd of May 2017 and it's about 11:15 p.m. here in hot Vietnam. So we'll just run through the weekly video analysis. It's just of the daily charts. That's the main ones I concentrate on. I am trading a few 4-hour charts at the moment, but that's just to help me try and get out of some other trades. So just be the daily charts. Let's have a look at the news to start with. It's a fairly quiet week actually. There's a lot of meetings, a few politicians speaking, etc. Probably the biggest sort of news this week is tomorrow at about 9 p.m. my time, which is about 22 hours away. We've got the Bank of Canada rate statement. So it's out of Canada, so if you're in any Canadian pairs, might just pay to be aware of that time of the day. FOMC meetings meeting minutes out of the US. They could move the US dollar. And OPEC meetings, G7 meetings, a lot of meetings this week. But other than that, it's all fairly quiet in the news. Not as quiet as last week, but it is still a fairly tame week. Let's get in the charts. We've got a few. As usual, we start off with the Aussie New Zealand. In a buy here. Price has just come down to the 240 LMA and hopefully it's going to bounce off there and start heading up. As you can see, my buy level's at the blue line and the blue vertical line shows the entry point. So it's just in that area there I bought and it's going against me. I should have moved my charts across before I started talking. Not to worry, take 2 seconds. Right, next pair, Euro US dollar. I'm in a few trades here. The main trade, I guess, is this buy in this area here. Been in this for a while now, and I'm trading the stop. It's up here. It's only a small position, 0.01. I'm in a sell on this red line, which is the problem child, I guess you could say. As you can tell, price is way above that, but I'm also in a 4-hour buy that is locking in profit also. So that sell is being hedged a little by a couple of buy trades, one on the 4-hour and one on the daily chart. So it's not the end of the world as such. And it looks like these red lines, this is what I draw when I'm looking for potential bearish divergence, red for sell. As you can see, possible triple top here on the MACD Platinum. But until they're confirmed by blue dots on the indicators, it's not set in stone, so to speak. All right, let's move on. Pound New Zealand. Here's another one of my problem pairs. They're not all like this, trust me. In a few sells here, actually 3. These are slightly bigger position sizes. This yellow horizontal line here shows my overall break even. So hopefully it looks like it was heading down nicely, but now it's just stalled a bit. My concern is the MACD is below the 0 level. But once this pair's done, I'll be removing it from my profile, hence the delete once closed out. Just a matter of being a bit patient and waiting for it to go that way. USD, Canadian dollar, nothing happening at the moment. Price is rolling over to the downside. MACD Platinum's gone through the 0 level. Hopefully price will get into the MAs here and start rolling to the upside, then look for a buy signal. MAs are heading up, so I prefer to be buying. There was divergence across these tops there, but that's probably played out now. And possibly, if I look at it, possible divergence forming. As I said, until it's confirmed, it's not divergence, it's just a couple of green trend lines on the chart. But there you go. If that rolls up now and that price rolls up, there's bullish divergence. Aussie Canadian, I'm in a sell here. Hasn't gone very far at all. I've already closed 2/3 of that trade. Got a blue dot in the MACD Platinum below the 0 level. So my stops at the break even. It's just gone sideways for a while. There's a pair that does that, but can't lose, so that's a good thing. Aussie, Swiss franc. This is one pair that has been causing me some grief. As you can tell by all these blue lines, I'm in plenty of buy trades here. And look at the MACD Platinum. I probably say, I've said this for the last 2 weeks, it's still below the zero level. And it looks like it's turning up now. Again, it really needs to get a wiggle up to this yellow line up here, which when you look at it, it's not that big a deal. If I just throw a fib on, just to give you an idea. Where are we? Down the lows here. A little bit hard to see, just throwing this on just to give you an idea. That break even, overall break even area is around the 50% retracement. So basically from that top, that high to that low, it's got a pullback about 50%. And if you listen to WD again, that's the perfect scenario. Now whether it does that, who knows. I'm in a small buy trade on the, just trying to get rid of this fib, on the small buy trade on the 4 hour, but it's just going nowhere at the moment. Eventually this will go up, but it's in the meantime, it's taken up a lot of my margin. It's caused me some grief, so patience again. Pound Aussie, another one of the problem pairs, and the pound, another one I'll get rid of. In 3 cells here, all the same position size, and also one old one from the 12-hour charts. It's got a fair way to go down to get to the break-even level. I'm just going to have to work this one on the 4-hour charts and just slowly grind my way out of it. It was heading down nicely, but as I said in the other, pound New Zealand, it's starting to stall a bit there. There is a stop in place for this last sell too. It's up here. It's still safe. That's all good. New Zealand. New Zealand US dollar. Now this was one pair that I had 3 buys, I believe, on, and I closed out. It's had to spike up. Drawn this blue trend line across here. Any aqua or blue trend line you see, it's just to give me an idea where, like a level or something like that. Doesn't necessarily mean buy or sell. Just a different colour from the red or green. There was bullish divergence, regular bullish divergence there. Price went up nicely, got up close to the 240 LMA, and even you could say this trend line stopped it. Like, I know the candle's poked its head through the trend line, but now it's back to the trend line itself, the body of the candle, and that's what I tend to sort of look at more, the bodies of the candles. But at the moment, nothing doing there. This trade you see here is just a 4-hour trade I'm still in. Once I close that 4-hour trade out, I won't be trading this pair on the 4-hour charts any further. There's no need to. It's served its purpose. Euro Canadian, nothing happening here, but red trend lines in, showing a possible bearish divergence possibly forming. Just need obviously a red QMP and a red MACD Platinum. Yeah, it's been going nowhere for a while. There hasn't been many trades on the daily charts for the last few days at all. Markets just seem to be consolidating. Just a matter of waiting. Plenty of action on the 4 hours, but not much on the dailies. Just patience, as I keep saying. Pound, Swiss franc. In a couple of trades here, 2 on the daily, which is all right, and the second one here. I've closed a little bit already, and I've also moved my stop down way past the point of entry level, so I'm locking a little bit of profit there. Really get down to this yellow horizontal line here and clear these other old trades. I've got 1 8-hour sell trade and 2 12-hour sell trades. So quite a few trades on here, and it's all the wrong way at the moment. It looked like it was heading down nicely, but again, like a lot of the pound pairs, just got these funny looking candles here and stalling. And as you can see, the MACD Platinum's well below the zero level. Euro pound, nothing happening here in the daily at all. Just a matter of waiting, possibly rolling over, but nah, we just have to wait and see. The MAs are fairly tight and sort of lacking a bit of direction. You can see it's probably a bit of a channel there. I'll just have a quick look. I guess you could say that's bit of a trend line there, so we'll just keep an eye on that for now. And nothing else really happening there. So just we wait and see. New Zealand Canadian, another sideways pair. I just wonder if there's another trend line there. Probably should have had a look at all these before. It's a bit hairy going, but it's probably a valid trend line. Just keep an eye on that one. And there's probably one across there too, but not much happening on this pair at the moment. We've got a blue dot in the MACD Platinum, but it's just below the 0 level. And if I did get a green QMP filter dot, I'd probably take that trade, just because I take trades basically in both directions when the MAs are that flat. Let's move on. Canadian Swiss franc. Again, nothing happening. This here signal, this red dot and red dot here on the MACD Platinum, I didn't take it only because price had not gone up sort of into the MAs far enough, and by the time I got this, it was in this level here, and that low wasn't that far away, only about 75 pips away. And as you can see, price has come down there, sort of stalled there, possibly a double bottom forming. The MACD starting to go a bit flatter. It could just roll over and keep on going down, but it just didn't look right to me. That's why I didn't take it. New Zealand Swiss franc, you could probably say this is pretty much the same as the previous one, even though price did go up into the MAs, which is a good thing, but by the time I got the signal and it was in this level here, it was already on these lows, basically where I got the signal, and I just didn't want to take the chance. Went down a little bit lower, now it's starting to turn up. Now I'm looking for possible bullish divergence here on this New Zealand Swiss franc. Wait and see. Let's keep on going. Euro Aussie. Nothing doing at the moment. Possible big bearish divergence forming there. You can see this big trend line heading up. This one, I guess technically it probably is heading up, but looks more like a double top on MACD Platinum. However, roughly from this grey vertical line, which is the red dot on the MACD Platinum, that's what that's there for. Prices continue to head up, whereas the MACDs continue to head down, so there's other divergence forming there also. Again, got to wait for confirmation. Aussie USD, two buy trades here, and I probably could have closed these out, except I thought it was going to head up a bit higher, but it's starting to head up to the, sorry about that, so on the outside, heading up towards the first entry, but it stalled there, got to the 240 LMA, which might be a little bit tight to see on the chart there, and starting to fall down. I am also in a 4-hour sell trade here, so I could have closed out the buys at possibly break even or a little bit better, then concentrated on clearing that sell trade, but not to be. It may just be taking a rest and keep on pushing up. USD Swiss franc, we're in a good sell trade here. Had this double top up here, took the sell in this area here. This yellow line was a major support zone. I just drew the yellow line there, just to it's been there for the last two videos now. Broke through there nicely. I've closed 2/3 of my trade. My stop's now just about above this support level, and you can see the market starting having the rest now. MACD Platinum's all the way through and possibly looking to turn up. If the euro turns down, you'll find that the Swiss franc will probably turn up. So just have to watch that one. USD Singapore dollar. Took the sell here in this area here, dropped down nicely, closed out 2/3 of my trade already, stops at break even. I was hoping to drop down a bit further, but now it's starting to head up a bit, maybe just having a rest before it continues down, who knows. USD Japanese yen, same deal, sell in this area here, which is good. I've only closed 1/3 of my 3 mini lot trade or 3 micro lot trade. I might in the morning see how we go. I might take a I thought I did take another one off, but Maybe I didn't write it on the charts. I'll check that tomorrow, but if not, I'll probably take another 0.01 lot off, only because the MACD is now at the 0 level. I can't lose anything anyway, so it's no big deal. Euro, Swiss franc, what am I doing here? I'm in a, this one here is a 4 hour. These two lines up here, I took a buy, and some of it's already been taken off the table. My stop's at break even. I am actually in a sell trade here on the daily chart. One thing that is still noticeable is this big gap from 3 weeks ago now, or 2.5 weeks ago, when the first round of the French presidential elections still hasn't been filled. Waiting to see that. And you know, look at this, the MACD's come up, had a little bounce there up the top, like a camel's lump sort of thing, and straight back down again. So I'm expecting this to come down. But at the moment it's not too bad. Euro, New Zealand. Similar to the euro, this big divergence here, which is good, and also from this red dot here to this possible high. If we get a red dot up here on this QMP, then that'll be me taking a sell. There's divergence between these two, and there's divergence across there, and down there. The grey lines there because the MACD is already showing a red dot. But at the moment, no trades happening, but we're looking for divergence. Zloty, the Polish zloty versus US dollar. Again, this channel still seems to be holding. If you wanted to, you could possibly take a buy trade here and just keep your stop below the lows here, and just aim for that top channel. And yeah, but at the moment I'm in no trades, just waiting. Hopefully, if the MACD platinum turns up with a blue top, then I'll pick up this bullish divergence and take it from there. It'll be like a re-entry, because that was my previous buy in this area here, which got stopped out. Euro, Hungarian forint. Again, waiting for confirmation of a possible QMP green dot, so it gives me this, confirms this divergence. But at the moment, nothing doing. USD, Mexican peso. Pity about this one. I was in a nice little sell here. This spike here spiked me out. You see a note here, I've got triple top across here. So it may head down. My concern now is that the MACD's at the 0 level, and it's basically going sideways, sucking a bit of a channel there. I guess you could probably draw a bottom across there and see if that holds. So you can probably say it's in a bit of a channel. Something we may have a look at later, but not at the moment. Euro, Norwegian krone, yep, going nowhere. There was a sell signal up here, and I didn't take it, as we already discussed many times. And that would have been not a bad little signal, but didn't go very far at all before price went, MACD went through the 0 level, and now it's gone sideways. So just wait, patiently wait. USD, Hungarian forint. This is where I took the buy, got stopped out at this low in this area here, and that's just dropped down. See that? Hear that noise you can hear in the background? That's one of the local peddlers on the motorbike selling cobs of corn or tea or coffee, or I don't know what they sell, but they go around all night. Unbelievable. And yeah, at the moment there's nothing happening here at all. I've drawn a trend line in, but it's not even helping me at all. Again, waiting. Like I said, there's not much happening on the daily at the moment. USD, Turkish lira. It's getting a bit jammed up, this one. I did take a buy, and I think I stopped out or something, and it was a break-even sort of trade. It's just I've drawn these trend lines here, which are nice trend lines. I could probably draw one across the bottom, like that. I don't know, what do you call those? Triangles, wedge things. I don't know the technical term for it. Probably a pattern that's going to break out eventually. Yeah, it's just, look, it's just messy, sideways and very tight, so we'll just have to wait and see. USD, South African Rand. I was in a sell here, which went pretty well, and this spike up stopped me out. Now look at it, it's heading back down again. So sometimes you think the stops are too tight and they stop you out, but if price had kept on going up to the moon, then I would have thought, why didn't I have my stop tighter? So just one of those things, unlucky. There's really not much I can do here, just that I could possibly look at, if I was really wanting to take up another sell on a break. Yeah, always happens when I'm doing a video. It's just trades being alerted on my MT4 MetaTrader app on my phone. Yeah, I could probably take a sell even if I break on this low here, but the MACD's below the zero level, so it's probably not worth it. All right, what have we got here? Gold. In a buy here, already closed one. I'm sure I've closed two. Yeah, I've closed two. That should read 0.02. My stop's at break even. Tomorrow I might look at moving my stop up to just below this low in here. I'm still getting used to gold. It's something I've not traded that much before, so it's just something new to me, and I'm finding my feet. But and look at the MACD platinum too. It's up near the zero level. So yeah, but we're in a trade we can't lose, which is good, and it still looks like it wants to head up a little bit. Silver is sort of the same deal. I didn't take the trade on silver. There's just no divergence to confirm. It would have been a nice trade also, and price is now up to the MAs and looks like it's resting or rolling over a bit, and the MACD's through the zero level. Pound USD. This is going sort of, I've drawn trend lines everywhere here. The only thing I'm looking at now is possible divergence across the top, and you can see it here across the MACD. MACD's price has gone up, the MACD's gone down. That's the only thing I'm sort of looking at now. And finally the US 500, the S&P 500, just something out of interest that may interest people. This is the daily chart still. Big top across here, this blue line, the aqua line. Big divergence still. You can see it, had this pop down here just into the moving averages and straight back up. It'll be interesting to see if this high holds or not. That's about it, guys, for the charts. As usual, welcome to any new members of either the Facebook group or the subscribed on the YouTube channel. I'm still getting plenty of emails, which is great, answering a few questions as people get stuck into it. And as usual, if there is any questions or you just want to talk Forex, feel free to contact me via email or even post in the Facebook group. So I'm happy to help whenever I can. So thanks for that, and I'll talk soon. Just be careful tomorrow in about 22 hours or 21 and a half hours. Canadian interest rate decision. Not expecting any change, but you just never know with the Canadians. And it may, even if there's no change, the talking heads may say something stupid after, which causes it to move. Alright, that's it, guys. Cheers.